Good morning, students. Welcome to second part of this chapter, Introduction of Partnership. In last class, we discussed about meaning of partnership, then characteristics of partnership, partnership deed, that is meaning of partnership agreement, then provisions related to partnership, that means in case if they make partnership agreement, we follow the contents provided as per partnership deed, but if partnership deed is not prepared, we follow the provisions in absence of partnership deed. Then the next topic we went through was preparation of P&L appropriation account. Now today we are going to understand the difference between profit and loss account and profit and loss appropriation account. Profit and loss account is basically an account prepared from firm's point of view which records transactions which are taking place between firm and outsider, whereas profit and loss appropriation account is prepared for transactions which takes place between firm and partners. You can say all the charges are recorded in P&L account. That means no concern whether profit is earned or loss is incurred, it has to be provided. But appropriation account is to be prepared keeping in mind only if profit is available we can provide these things. For example, we cannot say manager ki this year we don't have profit, so please don't take salary from the firm, but we can ask the partner to forgive salary for this year if profit is not available. So this is the basic difference between these two. Now point wise, P&L account is prepared to know the net profit or loss of the firm, whereas P&L appropriation account is prepared to know the net divisible profit or loss of the firm, which has to be ultimately divided between partners. All proprietor or partnership firm prepares P&L account, but only partnership firms prepares P&L appropriation account. As such, when we speak about accounts, we have already discussed in proprietorship firm we prepare only three things: trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Whereas in case of partnership, we prepare five things: trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account, partners capital account, and thereafter balance sheet. So in this case, appropriation is very much necessary. Opening balance is gross profit or loss which is transferred from trading account, whereas in P&L appropriation account, opening balance is either net profit or loss which is availed from P&L account, which is further transferred to appropriation. All the charges are recorded on debit side of P&L account, whereas all the appropriations are made to the partners recorded on debit side of P&L appropriation account. For example, salary to manager, rent, etc. are expenses which has to be paid, no concern whether firm earns profit or loss. That's why it is termed as charge. But when we speak about appropriation, it can be done only when profit is available. For example, interest on capital payable to partner, salary payable to partner, commission payable to partner, they all are termed as appropriations and they will be recorded as expense from firm point of view on debit side. Then all the indirect incomes are recorded on credit side, for example rent received, commission received, etc. Whereas in this case, only income which is earned by firm from partner is the amount of interest on drawings, and in case if partners have debit balance of capital, partner is required to pay interest, which is rare possibility. So in short, on credit side, the incomes which are received by firm from partner will be recorded in appropriation on credit side. Finally, the resulting balance of P&L account is termed as net profit or net loss, whereas the resulting balance from P&L appropriation is net divisible profit or loss, which is ultimately provided to partners. And in previous case, the balance of net profit or loss is transferred to appropriation account, and same balance after transferring to appropriation, after solving all the entries, we will be getting divisible profit which will be transferred to partners capital. So you can say the balance of gross profit is transferred to P&L account and the balance of net profit is transferred to P&L appropriation account. So this was all about difference between P&L appropriation and partners P&L account and P&L appropriation account. Now coming towards fourth step in the sequence of financial statement of partnership, that is preparation of capital account. Now capital account, there are two different methods of preparation of capital account. One is fixed capital method and second is fluctuating capital method. Fixed capital method means a certain amount of capital is kept in business fixed so that it remains constant in business and it does not affect the long-term liquidity of the organization. Whereas for the sake of working capital requirement, we may open current account as well. So in fixed capital method, there are two further accounts to be prepared. One is fixed capital account and second is current account. Whereas fluctuating capital method is like preparing an account for common pool in which all the records are maintained in single account, and that is termed as partners capital account. Now the pro forma of same is available as under. These are the pro formas of fixed capital account and fluctuating capital, fixed capital account and current account, which is prepared under fixed capital method. Whereas under fluctuating capital method, we prepare only one account and that is known as partners capital account. To begin with, in fixed capital account, there are two types of balances: fixed capital balances and current account balances. Fixed capital balances are always recorded on credit side because they can never be in negative. So these are the opening balances. Thereafter, in case if partners decide to introduce additional fixed capital, it will be recorded on credit side as capital introduced. So entry for capital brought in by business, cash to capital, so by cash bank. Same way, if partners decide to reduce their fixed capital balances, it will be recorded as to cash bank, that is capital reduction. And finally, on balancing, the total of credit will be exceeding debit, so difference on debit side will be termed as closing balance of capital, to balance carried down. Further, second account to be prepared along with fixed capital is current account. Under current account, we record opening balance of current account. However, current account may be having negative balance as well. So in case current account has negative balance, it will be recorded on debit side. Capitals or current accounts usually have credit balance, but in case if capital or current account has negative balance, it will be recorded on debit side. Then partners are provided interest by the firm. So for firm it was expense, but for partner it is income. So interest on capital as an income will be recorded on credit side. Same way, if partners are having current account balances, so on positive balance, yani credit balance, interest will be received by partners, so it will be recorded on credit side, interest on current account balances of partners. Same way, if partners have debit balance of current account, they are supposed to pay interest, so that will be recorded on debit side as to interest on debit balances of current account. Thereafter, exactly opposite of capital is drawings. If withdrawal is made by partner during the year, it would be recorded as drawings on debit side to drawings account. Then same way, as partner receives interest from firm as on his capital, he is also supposed to pay interest on drawings for withdrawals made by him. So interest on drawings are to be recorded on debit side as an expense from partner's point of view. Then in case if some partner is actively involved in firm or promoting the business activities, they may be entitled to salary, bonus, commission or remuneration. So that is paid by firm and received by partner. So it will be recorded as income on credit side. Finally, on balancing your P&L appropriation account, you will be receiving either net divisible profit or net divisible loss. So profit will be on the total of credit in appropriation will be more than debit side. So difference on debit side will be further transferred to credit side of partner's current account in form of profit, that is net divisible profit. Same way, if the total of debit is more than credit in appropriation account, it will result into net divisible loss which will be transferred to debit side of partner's current account. Either of these two can come at same point of time, both cannot come together. And finally, carrying out the balancing procedure, so on balancing again in current account, in fixed capital it can never go in negative, so total of credit will always be exceeding debit and difference will be on debit side only. But in current account, similar to bank overdraft, current account you may be having negative balance. So when credit is exceeding debit, difference on debit side will be recorded as to balance carried down. Same way, in case if debit is exceeding credit, difference on credit side will be recorded as to balance carried down. And same way, when we speak about second method, this was fixed capital method, under which we need to prepare two accounts at same point of time, whereas in case of fluctuating capital method, we need to prepare only one account, and that is partners capital account. You can say this is prepared in combined manner, means all the entries merged together will be recorded in common. The only thing is, here we had two different balances, opening balances of fixed capital and current account. Here we will be having only one balance. So the sum total of these two balances will be recorded as opening balance. Again, it can be positive as well as negative. So if positive balance or credit balance, it will be recorded on credit side as opening balance. In case, very rare possibility, in case if a partner is having negative balance, it will be recorded as opening balance on debit side. Then drawings, exactly opposite of capital, so drawings will be recorded on debit side. Then if partners decide to bring additional capital in business, entry will be cash to capital, to buy cash or bank. And in case if partner introduces assets instead of cash, so we can write asset to capital as well. Further, coming towards point of interest provided by firm received by partner, so interest will be recorded as an income on credit side. Interest on drawing is to be paid by partner, so it will be recorded as an expense on debit side. Then if a partner is actively involved, he may be provided salary, bonus, commission or remuneration, which will be recorded on credit side. Finally, on balancing of P&L appropriation, we will be receiving profit or loss, so profit will be transferred to credit side of capital account and loss will be transferred to debit side of capital account. And finally, balancing, so if total of credit exceeds debit, difference on debit side will be termed as closing balance, which is to be carried down. Same way, if debit exceeds credit, difference on credit side will be the balance to be carried down. Either of these two will come for single partner. Now this was all related to preparation of capital accounts, under which there are two options available. One is fixed capital method and second is fluctuating capital method. Now the theoretical part to be studied about same, that is differences between these two. So under fixed capital method, balance of opening and closing capital remains unchanged. It is always constant. It is because under majority of the cases there are no additional capital introduction or capital withdrawals. If there is capital introduction or capital withdrawal, only in that case it will change, or else it will always be constant, balance of fixed capital. Whereas in fluctuating capital method, all the entries are recorded under common account, so there is quite possible balance keeps on changing, so it is never same. In fixed capital method, we prepare two accounts. One is fixed capital account and second is current account. Whereas in fluctuating capital method, we prepare only one account, that is partners capital account. Then in fixed capital method, only introduction or reduction of capital is recorded in fixed capital account, yani buy cash bank or to cash bank, that is additional capital or capital withdrawal. Rest all the entries are to be passed through current account. Whereas in case of fluctuating capital method, all the transactions are recorded in common account, so all the entries will be transferred to partners capital itself. Then interest on capital always remains constant provided the capital is not changing, because we calculate interest on capital based on fixed capital balances, and fixed capital balances usually remains constant, so interest on capital will also be same every year. But in this case, as the capital keeps on changing, interest will also keep on changing. Balance of fixed capital always is credit balance, means the total of credit will always be exceeding debit, but in case of current account we may have debit or credit balance. Whereas in majority of the cases, fluctuating capital method, the balance of current account is the balance of capital account always has credit balance. However, in few or extreme cases it may have debit balances. And finally, fixed capital balance is always shown on liability side of balance sheet, whereas current account, if credit balance to be recorded as liability and debit balance to be recorded as asset. Whereas in partners capital account, again depending upon the type of balance, credit balance will be recorded as liability and debit balance will be recorded as asset. Again, debit balance is very rare possibility, so chances of this will be very less in fluctuating capital method. So this was all about second part what we have studied today. We will continue in next lecture